Hi, my friends. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another Joy Moment with Jen. That's pretty cute, right? I think that's what we'll call this. Joy Moment with Jen. Facebook told me that this is my 5th Joy video, and it doesn't matter how many times I do this. Right before I press that go live, my heart is pounding and my mind is racing. So I appreciate all of your encouragement and help while I do these videos to keep me going. I really appreciate that because my heart still pounds and races even after this 5th one. I also want to thank my friend Amy, my darling friend Amy, who was very encouraging and encouraged me to create a YouTube channel to put all of these videos into one place. So I now have that. So now they're all together in one place so you can find them easily over on YouTube. So thank you, Amy, for that encouragement. In my last video, I talked about joy killers and joy creators. And today I want to talk about one of my most favorite joy creators. It's the power of positivity. You've heard before where people say you can't live a positive life with a negative mind. Well, it is so true. The thoughts in our head are so powerful, and most of the time we're not even aware of the thoughts that are happening in our mind. They just go. There's this dialogue that constantly goes on in our minds. And for some of us, it's very negative, and hopefully for lots of us, it's very positive. But I want to talk today about creating a positive mindset because it starts first in our mind, and then we can move that out into the world and share it with others in a positive way. Years ago when I was in college, in all my psychology classes that I was taking, they talked about the power of positive talk. And I was fascinated by this and started researching more and found that when you come up with what they call a mantra, a positive mantra, and you create this dialogue in your mind, you kick out any negative that you have and you force your mind to think of this positive mantra, great things can happen for you. So I thought, well, I'm going to try that. So I created a list. At the time, it was 7 things that I wanted to be. It wasn't behaviors or attitudes that I thought I had. It was behaviors and attitudes that I wanted to have or wanted to be. And I went to Cal Poly, so it was a big college, and I had classes clear at the top of the hill all the way down to the bottom of the hill. So I decided I was going to say this little mantra in my mind to the steps of the beat that I was walking. So every day I said my 7 things. I counted them on my hands. I am, and I said, I went down my list and I did it to the rhythm of my walking. So it became something that I did every single day. And day after day, at first it was something that I consciously had to be aware of. I had to say my 7 things, and I had to count them on my fingers, and I had to do it while I was walking. And then I realized after weeks of doing this, I wasn't thinking about it anymore. I just did it. Automatically, when I started walking, it just became this natural habit that I would say my 7 things in my mind over and over and over again. Now today, years later, I have 14 things on my list, but I still say them. I still do it with the beat of my walk. It's just become a habit. And I say these 14 behaviors and attitudes that I want to be. And I have found such positive power has come to that in my life. And I so appreciate that knowledge I gained years ago. Well, I kept up my study of positive psychology and found some very fascinating information. A doctor named Dr. Masaru, I think I'm saying that right, Emoto, years ago conducted an experiment with water. And he decided to take a group of people, split them in half, and take them to this body of water, and half one on one side and the other half one on the other side. And the one half spoke positive words to the water, positive, loving, kind words to this body of water on one side. The other side spoke very negative, degrading, hateful words to this body of water. After a period of time, this doctor collected samples from each side of the water and took pictures of them, froze them, and then took pictures of them, and found something fascinating. He found that the water that was spoken to in a loving, kind manner created these beautiful crystals that almost look like snowflakes. You can Google them and see them. They are beautiful, lovely, creations of these molecules of the water. The side that was spoken to in a negative manner, the water was ugly and dark and distorted and did not look at all lovely or nice at all. And it was a very fascinating experiment. People since then have turned it into what they call a rice experiment, where they put rice in 3 different jars and they speak love to one jar, hate to one jar, and they ignore the third. This is something you can Google, you can look it up and see, but the results are phenomenal. The jar that has been spoken to in a loving manner, the rice still looks good. The hateful jar, it looks horrible and rotten and awful. And the ignored jar looks not as bad as the hateful jar, but it still looks awful, not like the loving jar. That shows me that there is so much power in our words. There is energy that comes from us when we speak our words. Let us think so carefully about the words we choose to say to ourselves and to other people, because there is power. Whether it's a positive power or a negative power, there is a power that occurs when we speak our words. So I encourage you, if you struggle with negative thoughts in your mind, come up with a mantra of things that you want to be, attributes that you want to have, and say it every day, all day long, whether it's while you're brushing your teeth or while you're walking or in the shower. At some point, do it with something that you do every single day and create a habit and say those words in your mind every day. And be rid of the negative thoughts that can occur for so many of us, and say those positive thoughts to yourself. And another thing that helps, if you struggle with negative thoughts in your mind, think about saying those things out loud to a child. Would you say those words to a child? Would you think those thoughts about a child? Most likely you wouldn't. So be kind to yourself, my friends. Say kind things to yourself, positive thoughts to yourself. And when you have that inside of you, it will then exude from you. People will feel that positive energy and they will be attracted to it and they will desire it for themselves. So I encourage you, come up with your mantra, your positive mantra, and say it daily and encourage others to do it. If you're a mother of young children, encourage them to do it. Yesterday, I posted this beautiful video of this mother and daughter, and the daughter was struggling with sad, negative thoughts. And so every morning when the mother brushed her hair, she said to her daughter, "You are beautiful." And the daughter would say, "I am beautiful." "You are strong." "I am strong." "You are brave." "I am brave." Yes, Laura, start your mantras with "I am." Say it as if it is in the present, as if you are those things. And there is so much power in that beautiful little girl in that video. Her entire attitude changed, her entire outlook on life changed, and she became this positive, loving, smart little child who then spread that. She became the president of her little class at school. My friends, there is power in positive words, in positive thinking. I encourage you to start today. If you've been doing it, keep doing it. But if you haven't, start today and create a positive mantra that you say in your head, and then you share that positive emotion and energy with others by the way that you act, by the way that you talk, by the way that you think. I love you, my friends, and I am so blessed and honored to be able to share this with you. My heart has been so moved to continue to share my year of joy. It has brought so much joy and love to my heart, and I desire that for all of you. I'm sorry I'm making you all cry. I know, I sit here and cry all the time because my heart is so full with love. So I'm sorry I'm making you all cry, but crying is good. There is power in releasing. So crying is a good thing, my friends. So cry out those negative thoughts and bring in the positive, and let your heart be full of positive, joyful thoughts and feelings for yourself and for others. We can all make this world a better place
by starting with ourselves in our minds and in our hearts, by bringing the power of positive words and energy to our lives. May you continue to do this. May you start to do this today. And may you find positive energy and power that comes right to you, and then go and spread it to everyone else. You will find so much joy from this exercise in your life. I hope that you start today. And I will be back again next Wednesday with another joy moment. Again, you can find me on YouTube with all of these videos. And if you know someone that this might help, feel free to share with them, and we can all work together to bring joy to others and to ourselves. Have a beautiful day.